Everyone, welcome back to Sashay Away with Barry. I'm here. Drag Race is back officially. I just watched the premiere episode, and it was full of surprises, just like we were promised. And I'm very excited for the season now. I had some trepidations about things that were going to be happening, but this turned it around for me. I enjoyed it very, very much. We had some little bit of changes going on, starting with Miss RuPaul changing things up right away, saying racers start your engines and may the best drag queen win, rather than gentlemen start your engines and may the best woman win. This is progress for RuPaul. I'm sure she was made to say this. I'm 99% sure it wasn't her decision, but it is good to have that on this episode, and it made me very, very happy. Before we really get into it, I just wanted to put that out there right away, because it was literally the first thing that I wrote down, because that made me very, very happy that we are not gendering and we are validating all forms of drag, not just men with female illusions. So cheers to you, RuPaul. I'm going to raise my glass because we're still drinking, everyone. I hope you have a cocktail at home. I'm drinking whiskey ginger because I still have whiskey left from Christmas, so I'm finishing it up. Trying not to be an alcoholic at home and drinking every night, and only on special occasions. Today is a special occasion. It is the start of Drag Race season 13, so here we go. I hope you have your cocktail. Another new thing that happened on this season, the judges have plexiglass cubes that they are sitting in. This is great. It is a safety precaution because of COVID, which we were all living in. So it's nice to see that. I'm guessing that they're not going to have a lot of contact with the queens this season. I don't know if RuPaul will do workroom walkarounds. I was going to mess that up no matter what I said. Workroom walkarounds, or not. Or if she'll come in there with a mask on, maybe. Who knows? She's not afraid to wear a face bikini, so maybe we'll see that too. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what's really going to happen once that aspect of the show happens. But what's going to happen this season, well, in this first episode, is it is a lip sync. I'm calling it the lip sync death match, lip sync extravaganza, whatever you want to call it. But 2 by 2, the queens are coming into the workroom and they are being summoned immediately to the stage for a lip sync battle. And Ru says, "This is your first chance to impress me." She doesn't say it's your last chance. It is the first chance. One is going to Shantay and one is going to get the pork job, which is the name of the episode. And we all know, well, you should know if you know your drag history, Pork Chop is the first queen ever eliminated on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 1. And is brought back every season for the finale, usually. I don't know if she was on the Zoom one. I hated that Zoom finale, so it's possible that she wasn't, but I'm sure she was mentioned because she is usually there in person, and that's the way it is. This season, the only prizes that they said were a year's supply of Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmetics and the $100,000 prize. Nothing else, so I'm sure there'll be little prizes along the way. If the rumors are true that I've heard about episodes 2 and 3, they might be getting a cash tip, kind of like the lip sync winners, like they did last season with the 2 groups. So that may happen. There will be prizes. But the 2 main prizes are the year's supply of Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmetics and the $100,000. I'm going to share my screen now because we got some pictures to look at. Those of you who are listening on podcasts, I'm sorry you can't see these. I will describe them as best I can. Or you can jump in on YouTube and watch them for yourself. We start off with Miss RuPaul Charles and the judges on the stage. This is not a real picture. Well, it is a real picture because they took it, but we don't see this on the stage. We only see RuPaul on the stage. But we have Michelle Visage. She's got some white streaks woven into her wig this week. I don't know if that's going to be a regular wig that she wears. We have Carson Kressley in a multicolored jacket. Ross Matthews being as gay as he wants to be, and that always makes me happy. In a, I'm going to call it the Technicolor suit. And then we have Miss RuPaul in this exquisite pink iridescent gown, this super high blonde wig, and I am living for it. I think she looks fantastic. This gown is really, really gorgeous. I love the different layers of it. I love the structure in it. It is really, really something special. I don't know if I ever saw her legs on the runway this week. You can't really see them in here either, but there is a big slit going into it. But I don't know if I saw her legs, so I don't know what her shoes look like. Sorry, I don't know. But I think she looks great. I'm glad it is just the 4 of them this week, because it is a different kind of episode with just the lip sync. So I'm glad it's just the 4 of them. There's no special guest star. I'm not sure we're going to get guest judges this season, but I guess we could, because they were all self-isolating. I don't know if the judges were, though, because I listened to Ross Matthews' podcast, and he says that he was going into work during the times that they were filming, but he didn't say that he was being isolated there. So the judges might not have been isolated like the queens were and the crew were. So there could be guest judges and they're just put in their own little plexiglass cubicle, or they may not be. But obviously for this first episode, they didn't need them because there's no judging. RuPaul made the decisions, or the producers made the decisions. I don't know. Someone made the decisions of who was going to win these lip syncs, and that was it. Our first 2 into the workroom were Candy Muse and Joey J. And they get immediately summoned to the main stage. They're asked a few questions just about themselves, what their drag look represents for them, blah, blah, blah. You know, meaningless stuff that they said they wanted to get to know the queens. But this is what they were wearing. I'm not going to talk too much about their looks because we are going to be tooting and booting the looks with my friends David and Brian later in the week. So we will get more in depth on their looks. But Candy Muse is wearing some denim crap in the kind of a shape of a corset / bodysuit with a little skirt thing. My favorite part of her outfit is the homemade boombox that she's carried in. And I do actually like the denim gloves that I guess are made out of pants as well, because it looks like there's a buckle on them. Yeah, I'm not sure. The wig is fine for her. Joey J is in a red leotard with red chicken feather jacket that Candy Muse made fun of. You can't see it in this picture on here, but the boot covers that she was wearing, I did not like. I wish she would have just taken them off because I thought they looked ridiculous. But they are going to be lip syncing to Call Me Maybe by Miss Carly Rae Jepsen. This is a weird choice of a lip sync, especially for these 2. Although I think the song does suit Joey J better as far as drag, because she kind of calls herself a basic bitch. I think she references Vanessa Carlton, so Carly Rae Jepsen is kind of in that vein. So this should have been a slam dunk for Joey J. Candy Muse brought her boombox out, and I am so glad that she did, because it was my favorite part of the 2 lip syncs that happened. When the music started, she turned it on like it was playing the music. And then when it was over, she turned it off like it was stopping the music. And I thought that was super, super entertaining. It made me laugh. And it was the only thing that I really liked about this lip sync. Joey did a very typical club routine. Candy walked to the back of the stage, which is always like and walked not backwards, but with her back to the audience, and that is usually a sign that they don't know the words for that particular part of the song. I don't know, because we can't see her face. We don't know if she's singing. We don't know if she's doing anything. But then she turned around and was lip syncing again. So who knows? We'll never know. Candy Muse did the little fake out of the crossing herself, like Monet Exchange, with the fake jump split, whatever she was going to do. She barely left the ground when she jumped. The judges laughed, of course, even though we've seen it a couple times now. And during that time, we did not get to see that Joey J was doing a little death drop split move. We saw the very end of it where she was on the floor, but we didn't actually get to see her do it. Like I said, the Candy Muse turning on and off the boombox was my favorite part of this. But we do have a winner, and the winner of this one is Candy Muse. This is her whole look for you can see it now on the screen with the denim boombox as well. She was fine. I mean, to me, she did win, but it was only because of the boombox that she won. It wasn't because her lip sync was so stellar. But that's that. Denali Fox. I guess she's just going by Denali on the show, but her name, I guess, is Denali Fox. And Lala Ree are the next two queens that we have. Denali did, in fact, come into the workroom on those skates that are on her feet in a skating costume with a really, really long braid coming out of her head. It went down literally like to the back of her knees, I think. I didn't really measure it, but it's super long. It certainly went past her butt. So I'm going to say like to her knees. And Lala Ree is in the most basic workroom look she could possibly come in. I'm not sure why she's wearing the mask other than it's COVID. It's not really part of the outfit, and she took it off right away. But she's wearing a bodysuit with a white suit jacket over it and some booties. Their lip sync was to When I Grew Up by the Pussycat Dolls. I hope I wrote that down right, which is a much better lip sync song. Yes, Denali is still in those skates. I don't know. I mean, I know she's the skater queen and that's what she's kind of branding herself as. But when you go into the workroom, you need to be smart because for like the first 4 or 5 seasons, it's been water that has either been thrown at them, squirted at them through a fire hose. They had to get in a big tank. Were you really going to do that in skates and in this feather outfit? You don't know what's coming at you. You never know what the first challenge is going to be. So you really got to think about your entrance. I know she's trying to brand herself, but this might be the only chance you get, according to this episode. And I'm surprised they let her wear those skates because she was tearing up that floor. And then I'm assuming she tore up the main stage. I would love to know if they put something down because she was wearing fucking skates. And that's going to rip things apart. Denali did do a cartwheel at her skates. And Lala did the splits at the exact right moment in the song. Denali, I wish she would have whipped her head for her ponytail, the braid to swirl, but I guess it was too long that it couldn't do that, or her wig wasn't on tight enough. I don't know. So she literally held it in her hands and swung it over her head. I didn't like it. I wish it was the other way. Both were great lip syncers at this song. Their lip syncs were great. It was better than the first set of lip syncs. I did say that when I thought that when I watched it. Lala surprised me. I kind of thought she might be good at lip syncs, but it was entertaining to watch her. She's got a really big mouth, which is great for lip syncing. So that really helped her, I think, a little as well. And she did win this round of the lip sync. So Denali is sent to the pork chop room where she is greeted by Joey J. And they're trying to figure out what's going on and why they're just sitting there and what's happening, because now there's 2 of them. We get this recurring throughout the episode. And we catch on pretty quick that they're not really all going home. Next, we have Simone and Tamisha Iman coming into the workroom. Simone came in a super, super mini dress made of mini Polaroids of herself, which is actually super cute to look at. She's very young and has an amazing body, and this little dress covered all her bits that needed to be covered. It's a very simple wig, but it's cute. From her Meet the Queens, I wasn't a super big fan. I thought her look was really cool, but I wasn't a fan of her personality. From this episode, I really, really like her now. I think she is going to be good television. I think she's actually sweeter than I thought she was. I thought she had a little bit of an attitude on the Meet the Queens. Maybe that'll change throughout the season. Who knows? I don't think she's going anywhere anytime soon. So we will get to know her a lot better. And then we have Tamisha Iman in this red 80s power suit with these giant structured shoulders. And hearing her story on the runway that we hear, it makes more sense because she's an older queen. I don't really know exactly how old she is. I don't think they have fully said yet. I think it was posted on like the wiki page for Drag Race, but I didn't really look at it. I think it's either 46 or 43 that she says. It doesn't make sense that she's been doing drag for 30 plus years, if that's her real age, unless she started at like age 10. And maybe she did. I'm not, who knows? I don't know. I really don't know. But she moves kind of slow and she's a little awkward. And we find out that she was actually cast for season 12. And then found out that she had stage 3 colon cancer and had to immediately start chemotherapy. She said at one point she couldn't even walk. And so she's kind of fighting herself to, she fought back just to get back on the show, and that they gave her another chance to be on this season. So it kind of endears you to her because that is a great story. You know that she's going to be a great queen. She's a pageant queen. So that's that. They lip sync to The Pleasure Principle by Janet Jackson. A really, really great song choice. Tamisha, oh, I already said that. Simone, if you watch the show, you can't really see in this picture. She is oiled up from her tits to her toes. Her body is glistening in the lights and it looks really, really good. I guess she got the note that, you know, when they called the queens ashy, she was not going to get that called on her because her body looked so good in the lights. Tamisha is very old school, and she's doing very old school Janet Jackson dance moves and everything. But Simone is just charming and funny and having a good time out there. She's making the craziest faces that were just giving me my life. I don't know if Tamisha if she just can't move like she used to because of the chemotherapy that she went through, or if it was the suit or the giant breastplate, but she seemed like she was struggling to move around. And it could be the suit, it could be the breastplate, it could be the cancer that she had. I know she doesn't have it anymore, but colon cancer will wreck you. And it could be that. She still did a good job. I mean, it's not that it was bad, it was just a little stiff and awkward. But of that all, Simone wins. And she won. There's no denying that. So we have weeks, I think, to get to know her and to either love her or hate her or be indifferent about her, because she's going to be around, I think, for a very long time. Yeah, she looks great. Next, we have Gottmik and Utica Queen. I've been very intrigued by Gottmik because I know that she's a makeup artist. She did mention that when she walked into the Werk Room that she doesn't want people to just think she's a makeup artist, that she can do other things. This weird little sculptural outfit that she's wearing is cute. It doesn't really go with her makeup to me, but it's her drag, so I'm not gonna criticize her drag. It's her drag. Utica Queen, on the other hand, is wearing this crazy set of prints. She's wearing some yellow, red, and black plaid pants, a blue and white like tie-dye vest, and this crazy multicolored jacket with a big blonde wig with a strawberry on it. She tells the judges on the runway the strawberries because she used to be allergic to strawberries as a child, but she outgrew it and overcame it. And this was her homage to that. And it was just stupid and funny and made me laugh. I love Utica Queen. I think she's one of my favorite queens this season because I love a kooky, weird queen. But their lip sync song is Rumors by Lindsay Lohan. Talk about a fucking quirky song to pick. I don't know where they decided to get this, but they did. And I didn't take a lot of notes because I was really, really enjoying it, the lip sync. It was my favorite one so far. Gottmik did do the splits. Utica was just a kooky queen out on the runway, just doing weird dance moves. They had one moment where they knew it was the moment in the song where they're going to do something. Gottmik turned around backwards on her knees and put her head back to finish it. Utica Queen was like sitting on her butt and lifted her legs up straight in the air at the exact same moment. It was perfectly timed. It was perfectly done. And it made me very, very happy to see them lip sync to this song. Either one of these queens could have won this lip sync. I thought. The other ones, I kind of knew which way it was going. This was the first one where I was like, I don't know who's going to win. It could be either of them. It could be both of them. I don't know. You never know. But I know that they were splitting them up. possibly to be 2 different teams. So someone was going to have to leave, although they do have an odd number of queens. So they both could have been in the winner's bracket as well and just had 1 extra person in there rather than 1 extra person in the loser bracket. Who knows? Pardon me while I take a sip. Take a sip of your drink. But in the end, Gottmik was declared the winner. I'm not going to deny it was good. She did a great lip sync. But I liked Utica as well. So like I said, either one of them I thought could have won. Our next 2 queens are Miss Rosé and Olivia Lux, both from New York City. Turns out that Rosé was the host of I think it's Miss Liberty pageant. I'm not sure. It's something like that. I've been to the pageant before, so I don't think I was at the one that Olivia Lux was in because it was probably last year, and I don't think I went last year. But Olivia was competing. Rosé was the host, not the judge, just the host of the show. And so that was the last time they had seen each other, apparently. Rosé is wearing a little bodysuit that's really, really tailored and actually cute because it's almost like she's wearing 80s shorts because the bottom is not really part of the, it's like a corset with some shorts and a bolero jacket, and it's actually really cute. I don't like bodysuits, but this one's really cute. And a giant pink wig. Olivia is wearing a pink and yellow half and half gown with some crazy hair, which looked like a hard front wig on the TV. You can't really see it on here. They might have airbrushed it out a little. But it's kind of all over the place. It has a big long ponytail coming out of the side of it with some waves on the other side. It's a cute look. They are going to be lip syncing to X's and O's. I didn't write down the person who sings it. I'm gonna Google really quickly while I talk about it. So they're doing X's and O's. It's a really fun song to actually lip sync to. Both of them really did a great job with this song. Again, it was another one where I thought either one could have won, or either one could have, or they both could have stayed, honestly. And I really, really enjoyed it. I love that Olivia came prepared and was able to remove the bottom half of her dress down to a bodysuit to move around in. Oh, I did write it down. It's Elle King. I wrote Ellie King, but it's Elle King. X's and O's by Elle King. So she pulled off the bottom part of her dress and was in a bodysuit that she could move around in. Rosé really is a star. She was entertaining to watch. Olivia played the air guitar on the floor, which was really fun during the big guitar solo. Rosé did a spinning death drop at one point. And I literally wrote in my notes, both should win, because I enjoyed this lip sync very, very much. I thought they both did a great job. I think they were just picking at things to pick at things. And maybe what they did, because one of the questions was, they asked, she's part of the Stephanie's Child group here in New York with Jan and Laguna Blue. And so they said, are you going to last longer than Jan? And she said, yes. So they were fucking with her mind and let Miss Olivia win. And now Rosé thinks she's going home first episode. It's a little mind fuckery, tricking her. I don't know. I think it was on purpose for television purposes only, because like I said, they both did a great, great job. Our last lip sync we're gonna have is 3 queens, and that is Miss Tina Burner. I wrote Tina Turner in my notes. Tina Burner, Kamora Hall, not Kimora Hall, and Elliot with 2 T's. These 3 queens are gonna go head to head because it's an odd number of queens and they had to do it somewhere. Tina Burner is wearing a New York firefighter dress kind of outfit. I actually love this wig on her. There's a hat like built into it. I think it was a great look to come into the workroom in. The boots, I wouldn't have had them go up as high as they do. I would like to see a little bit of her leg, but the look is great. Kamara Hall came in an original Mackie gown because she is calling herself the Mackie Barbie. Apparently she is friends with Bob Mackie. She owns a bunch of Mackie gowns. And so I think we're going to see as many as possible. She's also wearing a giant wig that Rue references to Valley of the Dolls, and she says that's exactly what she was going for. Okay, I'm not sure that's true. And then we have, not that it doesn't look like Valley does, I'm saying I don't know that that's what she was going for. And then we have Elliot with 2 T's in some high-waisted leather red pants, a little 2-top bra kind of thing with a multicolored 80s bolero jacket over the top. Their lip sync was to Lady Marmalade by Christina Aguilera, Maya, Pink, and Lil' Kim from the Moulin Rouge movie. And Tina Burner did what she does. She lip synced and stole the show. She threw in a dick joke. She had in a joke where she was masturbating on her vagina. She had a joke where she tweaked her nipple. She did a fisting joke, all at the right places in the song to make it entertaining and comical. And she commanded that stage. The other two were not even there. You didn't really care what they were doing. Elliot says that she's an amazing dancer. She barely danced on this lip sync at all. She did do a split at one point, but there was no real dancing that I saw that she tried to pull out. Kimora, she did tell us that she is a park and bark kind of gal. It's kind of what she did. She did move around a tiny, tiny bit, but it was basically in one place. Tina Burner was kind of just working around the two of them and really kind of taking over the stage. Kimora then like fell into a death drop at the end. It was literally like falling down. She was like trying to balance herself, kind of like Naomi Smalls did with the back bend kind of thing. And then she just fell into the death drop, which I think was planned. I don't think it was an accident that she did it. It just looked like she fell. Obviously, Tina Burner won this lip sync. There was no other choice. And that was that. She won the lip sync. No one else was on the stage doing anything. So those are our lip sync, what I'm calling the lip sync death matches. Sorry, that's my glass. So we have the queens in separate places. We have the pork chop lounge, what they're calling it, and the winners round lounge, which is really the workroom. They're just sitting in the workroom. All the queens in the pork chop lounge are sullen and sad and a little depressed. And who can blame them? They think they're all going home. They should know that they're not going to eliminate 7 queens in one episode. I mean, we had a 7-way lip sync before, but they still only eliminated 1 queen. So I think a lot of it was for television purposes. But then Rue comes on the loudspeaker, tells them that they're going to be going home. And they all start to believe it, that this is it. That's the end for them. The 1 episode, they lip synced, and that's it. Rosé says she had never even unpacked her bag. So we don't get to see anything that these queens to do. And Rue comes back on and says, well, no, you all have a chance to come back, but you have to vote to eliminate 1 queen. Who saw that coming? Not me. This was a surprise. I just thought there wouldn't be an elimination, that she would come on and be like, just kidding. LOL, you'll be back and you get to compete in a couple weeks. Because next week we are going to be seeing the winner group do a challenge to a RuPaul song, which I didn't write down. So if you know what it is, put it in the comments, because I just forgot to write it down. But it's a RuPaul song. They're going to do a group challenge together, kind of like last season where they split up the 2 premieres between the queens. So that's why I'm thinking that next week we'll get the winners next week. And then there will be a lip sync between the top 2 to pick an actual winner. No one's going to go home. And then I think it's going to happen again with the losers of the lip syncs, or the pork chop girls, as we will call them. And they will do a lip sync, a musical number. Will someone get eliminated by voting? Possibly. I don't know. This was a complete surprise to me. It would make teams even. I guess it would be 6 and 6. But for these group challenges, who cares if it's 6 and 7? But again, I don't think when the loser group does their number, someone's still not going to go home that week. Or maybe they compete and then whoever the queens voted for, they just send home. And no one gets a winning prize that week. Someone just gets sent home. I don't know. I don't know what's in the mind of the producers. I don't know what's happening this season because it was a quarantine season of Drag Race. So everything could be different. But apparently RuPaul wants one queen to get the chop and she wants the other queens to decide who it is. There was lots of celebrating in the workroom with the winning queens. Tina Burner apparently hates Rosé. Or is bitter about Rosé. I don't know, one or the other. She's not a fan. Maybe Rosé is a little braggy about her accomplishments and what she can do, and that's why Tina Burner doesn't like her. I don't know. We will see. Candy Muse is there. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to try to not be negative about Candy Muse as much as possible. You all know that if you watch the Meet the Queens, I do not enjoy Candy Muse. I don't enjoy her drag. I don't enjoy her personality. I am hoping that this season will change my mind because I think she's going to be there for a while because she makes good television. She and Tina Burner will be the narrators of the season, I think. We're going to get a lot of sound bites from the two of them, and that's what we're going to get this season. Overall, I loved this episode. I love that we got to see what each of them can do in a lip sync because you don't always get to see the queens lip sync. So I'm very, very happy that we got to see that. And I like changing up the formats. I do. A lot of people like the same. I like it different. I like it different every time. So I'm very happy for this. And I look forward to season 13. That's all I'm going to talk about this episode because, like I said, we will be doing the Toots and Boots on a separate episode later this week with Brian and David. And you can toot and boot along with us. I put all the looks up on my Instagram story, which is Sashay Away with Barry on Instagram. It's in the stories. They will be up tomorrow morning because I don't think I'm going to get to them tonight. But they'll be up tomorrow morning. You have 24 hours to vote whether you toot or boot their entrance looks. But they will be on the Instagram story. So follow me on Sashay Away with Barry to find that story. And you can toot and boot. And then we have UK coming up. There will be a Meet the Queens UK video coming out in the next week. I'm just getting things set up with that. I watched the Meet the Queens for the second time today, so I'm knowing them a little better, and I took some notes, so I'll be ready to do that sometime next week before the first episode airs. What else is going on? I'm very tired. I hope it doesn't show in my eyes, which I'm sure it does. I have this ring light on, so it's kind of washing it out a little bit, but I'm very sleepy. I didn't say Happy New Year to everyone. It is New Year's Day, January 1st, 2021. We are here for a very good year, I hope. It is still a pandemic, so please wear your masks. Please social distance. Isolate yourself as much as possible if you can. Do not go to circuit parties like that have been happening, the one in Brazil and the one in Mexico this last week. Please don't do that. It is not the time or place for that to happen. You are only hurting yourself and others because you're going to go there. You may not have any symptoms, but you may have it. You're going to bring it back to people. It's a super spreader. We've seen it throughout the campaign for the election. Why are we doing this? Come on, people. Be smart. It's very frustrating to me. I don't want to be preachy about it, but I'm going to be a little, because it kind of makes me mad. But here I sit at home in New York City. I go out as well. I have a bubble of people that I hang out with. It's about 5 or people max that I've seen in the last 9 months. But that's what we're doing here. 10 months now almost, I guess. Oh my God. Yeah, it'll be 10 months next week. But yeah, there's 5 or 6 people that I see. And I don't see them often. Like once every 2 weeks I see someone. I'm at home and that's the way it is. So lots of Drag Race coming up. If you didn't know, Australia was just announced. Oh, that was my desk locking into place finally. What did I say? Australia was just announced that it will be filming this month in New Zealand, not in Australia, because New Zealand is basically COVID-free. They will still be 2-week quarantine when they get there. And I think there was rumor that there might be some New Zealand queens on the show as well, which is exciting. So we'll have Australia, New Zealand queens coming up probably later this year, whenever they get around to filming. I'm sorry, whenever they get around to editing, because it is going to start filming at the end of January. So we'll have another franchise to watch and talk about. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching and listening. If you are listening to us on a podcast and you want to watch the video and see the pictures, it's on YouTube at BHBrown13. You can also just Google Sashay Away with Barry and it will come up. You can go to my website, sashayawaywithbarry.com. There is a link right to the YouTube page. And I post these videos on there too, so you can just watch it right there on the website, sashayawaywithbarry.com. If you are watching this and you're like, I'm tired of looking at you, which I don't understand because I'm wearing an amazing crown today. For those of you who are not watching, I have a crown on. I'm going to try to do a little piece of something in every video. And who knows, maybe by the end I'll be in full drag. We'll see. But today it is just a crown. Next week it'll probably just be earrings. Maybe some lipstick, some eye makeup, a wig, we'll work our way up to it. But we'll get there. Anyway, if you are watching this and don't want to watch it, you can find me on all your podcast platforms at Sashay with Barry. That's it, folks. Well, there's one more thing. I am doing a virtual drag show where you will see this crown that I'm currently wearing in as well. I have filmed everything. It's going to be live, but with filmed numbers. Because it's 9 outfits, 9 songs, 9 outfits, and I can't do that live. It's impossible unless you want to sit there and wait for me to change my makeup. You don't want that. So I've recorded them all. I'm just in the middle of editing them all together and coming up with it. So the drag show is going to be on Saturday, January 30th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure what platform I'm using. It'll probably be YouTube Live, but YouTube is very picky about music. So if that doesn't work out, it may be somewhere else like Facebook Live, which Facebook is also questionable about music, but you can at least get away with the one performance before they shut the music off. So we'll see. I will be live that night and in drag, talking before and in the middle and after the show. And there may be one special live performance at the end, which is why I'm going to be in drag. It will be interactive, so if you'll be there, it is a one-time only thing. I'm not showing it multiple places. If the music is allowed to be posted, I'm actually reaching out to the writers of the show to get permission, and if that's possible, then it will be up on YouTube. And hopefully on my website as well, which I think they can't block, but you never know. Musical rights are very, very difficult to control. So we will do it a one night only, Saturday, January 30th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know if we're Standard Time or Daylight Time now, but I think it's Standard Time. And yeah, I don't know, 7:30. If you don't live here, figure it out. LA is 3 hours behind us, so it would be 4:30. London is 5 hours ahead of us, so it would be 12:30. Sorry. Take a nap and get up and watch it. That's all I'm going to say, but it's going to be really fun. I'm very excited about it. I'm not releasing what it is, but if you go to my Instagram, you can figure it out on your own because I did put hints on there. And it's going to be a good time, and I had a really good time. Is it going to be great drag? The drag will be good. Will the lip syncs be good? I hope so. I enjoyed them. Will there be mistakes? Absolutely. So that's that. I'm just in the process of editing it, so we will get it all together by the end of the month. Thank you all for watching and listening. Please take care of yourself. Take care of others. Like I said, wear a mask, social distance, do what you can to stop the spread until we can get the vaccines to everyone, and be safe. I love you. Take care. Bye.